My in-studio guest is Brian Kuhn. He's written a book, The Personal Finance Handbook, and we're talking with him about the very basic things that you need to know that can be helpful to you. How to manage your money well. How to start, Brian. How to start.
Absolutely. Yeah, we were talking as we concluded the last segment about just cash flow and expenses, and it's not easy, and it's sometimes not even a lot of times it's not our own fault. There's only so much income to go around. I was reading about a generation ago, there was a sizable percentage of the population, they didn't even have health insurance. We talk about all the problem it is nowadays, but it's a bill at the end of the day, and I wouldn't want to live without it, but they didn't have it. They didn't have cell phones, you didn't have internet, you didn't have insurance on a wide variety of things. So
and you didn't have $50,000 a year college bills to send your kids to school. Remember, it used to be fairly reasonable.
Yeah. So expenses are going up much faster than income. So a step I take with clients, I try to always do this just to understand this is very basic. Just on the left-hand side of a sheet of paper or Excel, I like Excel, but sheet of paper, just write down what your actual monthly net paycheck is. And you wouldn't believe how many people actually don't know
how much they make them.
Yeah. It can vary, but not 95 people. That's about the same each month. So just write that down. The net amount, what's actually arriving. So the amount that you actually have some control over theoretically, right? Each month. And then on the on the right-hand side of that paper, write what I would call the involuntary bills of life, the involuntary stuff, the automated stuff.
That you got to pay.
Yeah, got to pay. Not food, not the Nordstrom bill, nothing that is theoretically something that you can control, right? Because we got to know what that net number is that you actually have control over, even if it's only for a day before it gets.
And let me just say, don't be afraid to do this.
Yeah.
You know why they're afraid to do it? Because I know I may be overspending. I don't really want to know.
Right.
That's a silly way to get through life, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we do it. It's not. I think I know, but you're saying put it down and know it.
Yeah, and then the answer, that number, that positive number. Let's hope it's positive. I've done it where it's negative with people, unfortunately, even just the involuntary stuff. But if it's positive, then how much it is really answers some questions. Because if it's not very big and we haven't even factored in food, then we got to change the involuntary stuff, and that's moving. That's smaller car. That's something. It's harder to change the involuntary stuff, but
you got to do it, or you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, but if it's large enough that you can really do some good things, it's just not going to the right places. Then it's a spending issue.
And let me just say, because it's easy for me to sit here and say to people, and I do, make sure you save at least 5% of what you make every month, okay? But somebody sits there and says, are you crazy? I can hardly make ends meet. Where am I? How am I going to save? What's your response to that?
Hiding it from yourself is a good way to do it, assuming the money is really there. A lot of people save more than they realize every month. If you add up your 401k contribution, any match you're getting, the principal you're paying down on any debt, like a mortgage, a lot of people, they manage to make that payment once a month, and that's $500 of debt pay down or whatever it is. College funds. If you add up all those little things that you're hiding from yourself, you're probably saving a lot each month. But if you're not doing those or beyond those, a little bit that can be done. A little. Don't stop. Don't avoid doing it because you don't think the money's going to go to a good place. That's a big thing. I hear people say, I don't want to save, or I don't bother saving money because what am I going to do? Just put it in a savings account and it'll earn 6 cents. In there. So just do it anyway. It's just so you have it.
Just go ahead and make sure you do it. And the fact of the matter is, as we know, there are 300 million people, half of those men, women, and then deduct the kids, and you're still talking about a lot of people who don't save. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to start now. Otherwise, it doesn't get better because you're waiting until next month. You got to make that. If you got to move, you got to move.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be a lot of risk taking. Investing, that can just mean savings accounts or extra pay down on debt. That's improving your net worth, so to speak. It can be what are called asset classes that aren't the stock market, so there isn't as much up and down. It's all sorts of positive places to put money. It's just finding one you're comfortable with.